The late, great Billie Holiday said, Mama may have. Papa may have. And then she said, God bless the child who has their own. And baby, I'm here to tell you, you no longer need your parents' permission to go out here and be great all on your own. Let's talk about it. Hi, y'all. Hey, Subby Buddies. Welcome back to the celebration. Before we continue, if you are new here, hey, y'all. I am chosen. And this is Beyond Your Reflection. This is a channel created by me, but designed for you. And we are here, honey, to talk about and to peel out those ugly layers so we can get to the beautiful part of you. So welcome to the celebration. And before we go another further, make sure you hit that boom, the thumbs up, baby. Let YouTube know that you're liking what I'm doing. And also, yes, I have a bell. I want to make sure that you hit it also for notifications. Yes, I have a whole bell. I'm extra like that. If you don't know, baby, like I said, pull up a chair to the celebration because she is dramatic and I'm here for all parts of it. That's the best parts of me. What about you? So before we begin, I got on my purple and gold because I'm representing the bros are in town this weekend. It is the 83rd annual conclave for Omega Psi Phi. And I have 8 generations in my family, so I have no choice but to support. And I was here for all of the shenanigans. Honey, she hurting. I don't be out in these streets like that no more. But the most beautiful thing was I gave myself permission to just go out there and have fun. Because I don't. I am an actual turtle, honey. I go into this shell and I sit there. I am so okay. I am the definition of an introvert. Stay in the house, trust me. But yet, I was like, you know what? I want to go outside and play. And that's what I did. And which brought me to today's episode. Permission to go out and enjoy life. What? You actually need permission to do that? Yeah. Yes, you have to tell yourself it is okay for you to do other things that you're probably not used to doing. Mind you, I just went out and just walked around in the city, which is something that I normally would not do unless I'm walking from one location to get to work. That's about all. But just to say that I'm out there in these streets, that ain't what she do, boo. And yeah, I'm speaking in third person. I told y'all I'm dramatic, honey. Y'all better pull up a chair and listen now. But I thought about it. You guys remember childhood? I remember being in school and you had to go to like maybe a different city or to a museum, even to the zoo. It could have been somewhere around the corner, but it was off site of the school. And you had to do what? Get one of these, a permission slip. You had to go home to your parents, to what mama may have and what papa may have, to give that child permission to go out and play and explore the world. Even though it was done with your school and your peers and whatever, but it still was a place unknown to you. You never been there before. And you needed permission from your parents or parents, depends on how your household was. But you needed permission to go out there and explore the unknown. Now, I remember for me, by the time I got to middle school, we would always take a trip over to Fort Sumter, which is the deep parts of Charleston. Since that is home for me, it got to the point where I would tell people, like, well, we're going to go this way. We're going to cut this left in the ocean, and we're going to go over here, because that was home for me. But when it came, like, to the Smithsonian or places like that, and it was like, what? I never even knew that these places existed because I never took time. Like as a kid, especially, wherever you go is where you go with your parents or your family. But you never knew that there was a bigger world out there for you to explore, for you to go out and play in, because you were so used to your surroundings. Now, with me being a military kid, I did go see almost every state that was out there. Like, we were everywhere. But yet, I had no idea of exactly what it was I was seeing or what I was doing, because I was a kid. I didn't know anything. But then as I got older, I can tell you one of the best things that I did as a kid with my family was go on a cruise. If anybody knows me, honey, that is what I love to do. I would get on somebody's ocean before I get up there in that sky. And, to get to most of them cruise ships, if you're not driving, you're going to have to fly to get to it. And now you know how I feel about elevation and getting to a different level. You're going to have to go up there, honey. You're going to have to embrace that height, that leap of faith. You're going to have to embrace it. I'm sorry about them sirens in the background. Can't control what's going on in these streets. Well, those are my first responders, so they got to get out there and make sure everybody's taken care of. But back to the lecture at hand. Even then, yes, see, I'm glad they're in the background. I remember even going to explore the fire department, pushing buttons and watching the light come on, being able to slide down the pole like, oh, this is cool. This is what y'all do? I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. But that was as a kid. Now, as a child, I thought and acted as a child. But when I became an adult, I put those childish things away. Biblical is written. Read it. Google it. However, as I got older, you guys, I started to let fear sit in. And you should go back and watch a couple more episodes previous, because I talked about being fearless. Two different words. One word as you spell it, but two different words as far as the meaning that I broke down. But anyway, as I got older, I started to let fear sit in and stop me from going out here and exploring or even being great. Who else know that I'm a filmmaker and I got a YouTube channel besides people that I told? Nobody, because I ain't been out in these streets and told nobody. That's because I gave myself permission to go out there into this world over the weekend. It wasn't because it was because of the 8 generations and my absolute love for this fraternity. However, y'all know how I feel about the word but. However, I was like, you know what? You got this weekend off, girl. Go on out there. Just have fun. Don't think about it. Because everybody was like, well, COVID is still out there and whatever. Regardless, COVID is out there whether you want to be outside or not, honey. It's just there, okay? So I did not think about anything negative, anything that's going on. In my mind, I gave myself permission to go out and have fun. And I did. Which is part of the reason why this video is coming out late, honey, because I had to wake up and recover. Because I have not been out in so long. And my body felt it. My mind was telling me yes. And my body was like, no, girl, this ain't it. But you guys, I didn't think about it. I mean, I walked around in the city and I felt safe because it was in my mind that I'm good. I'm surrounded by family and not a nary person and they knew me. Besides the people that I actually hung out with over the weekend. Those are family. Those are friends that I knew. But you're talking about 55,000 strangers. Stranger danger at the highest level. But I did give myself permission to go out there and just explore. I had no intentions of doing anything or whatever. I just wanted to go out and have fun for once. I'm so used to just sitting in here, like just watching TV or writing or, just doing extra stuff or preparing for the next week or even doing the show. I never really get to go out here and have fun. And also on another episode, I talked about living versus existing. That's also something you should check out. Honey, I'm in here thinking I'm living my best life and ain't going nowhere. That's not living. That's just existing. Just out here doing whatever. But ain't nobody know about it. So I gave myself permission to go out into this world. And like I said, going back to the beginning, what I said, think about it with your parents. You got home, you was so excited when you got that permission slip in your hand, like, oh yes, please, please, please. Like you would go out there and you'd be good all week or whatever. Do extra chores, whatever it took to get that signature, to get that permission to go into the unknown. And once you got that signature and permission to go, you look forward to that moment, to that day when it finally came for you to go out, get on that bus, go to a different city, a different state, a different place, or whatever, and you enjoy every moment of it. That was as a kid. Think about it. Go ahead and smile, because I know it's the truth. But now look where we're at. As adults, we just figured that we're supposed to be out here just working and paying bills or taking care of kids, taking care of the household, whatever. But we're not out here. We're not giving ourselves permission to be great. Because we're just sitting here feeling like, well, this is all I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to just work and pay bills, go to sleep, wake up, repeat. No, that's not life. That's not what we're here for. See, the thing is, with permission, honey, I know that as a child, you needed that signature. But now, honey, you don't need permission. You just need a plan and a purpose of why you should be out here doing great things. Because remember, your name has power, and the power of life and death is in the tongue. So you're giving yourself permission. You're speaking it into existence to go out here and be great. God has already signed it for you because he birthed you. Beautiful, wonderful, made. Fearful, less. So now it's time for you to go out there, yes, into the unknown. Faith, substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. You have free will. You have permission to go out and be great, to be yourself, to laugh, to cry, to fail. Oh, what? Yeah. Because that's the only way that you can fail is when you try. And then when you fail, you go back out and do it again. That's how that works. Practice makes purpose. Y'all call it perfect. I say purpose. But still, think about permission slip. The event. You. And then the time frame. Well, now. Beginning and ending. Remember on the permission slip, it always had layers to it. So it would tell the parents what time you'll be leaving the school and what time you should be getting back. Then that gave them the time frame to come get you or to make arrangements for you to be picked up. But I revised this. So I give myself permission to go wheresoever I want to go. The time, now, the ending time, whenever God says so. But I give myself, and you insert the places you want to go. How about a better place in life? Because I don't like living like this. I don't like always being inside. I don't like being scared. I don't like being unknown. I don't like not knowing, not being able to communicate. I don't like not liking. How about that? So I give myself permission to go to a better place in life. And then it starts with me. See, the starting point when you was a child was at the school. And you end right back up at the school. You start at that beginning and you end right back at the beginning. And guess what the beginning is? yourself. So you give yourself permission to go out here and to be great, to be whomsoever you want to be, whatever you want to be, whomever you're becoming. You have permission to decide whether you're worth it or not. I say you are, but it's not from me. This is your decision. This is your trip. This is your journey that you're designing and that you're going on. You no longer need permission from nobody else but yourself. God has already signed it. He's already told you once he birthed you. But it is up to you to be able to go out here and explore. Now, I don't mean getting on an airplane every 5 minutes. Like, you know, I've never been to New York before. I want to go. Yeah, you can afford it. Yeah, go. But you also never been around the corner. I live in Charlotte. This weekend, I went to places of Charlotte that I didn't even know existed. Didn't even want to go, wouldn't even thought about going because I didn't have no purpose to be over there. But I gave myself permission to go out and play and explore and have fun. I planned on it. There was a purpose behind it. But I'm telling you now, as good as we have it, as life is, even though in the bad times, yeah, there's some things out here that's not really going in your favor. But then you speak life into that situation. You give that a purpose. And then you plan out how you're going to make that bad turn into good. And you give yourself permission to speak life into that situation. Whatsoever it may be that's holding you back from the great parts of you, you give that thing permission. And then if you have someone out here that's being negative in your life, whether even yourself, you tell yourself, I do not give you permission to help me to fall down. I do not give you permission to be disrespectful. I do not give you permission to tell me what I can and cannot be. No. But what I do give you permission to do is to sit back and watch this greatness. Watch this rose grow from a concrete. Watch how beautiful and fearfully and wonderfully I am. I give you permission to blossom. And once you do, you go out there and you show the next person how you got from point A to point B, how you got from the beginning to the end. Until the finale comes, then hopefully you'll be able to leave a legacy behind, and then people will really know the power in your name. But on this day, right here, as you're watching this, I'm giving you permission to tell yourself all the things that you're going to be, that you are right now. Speak it into existence, honey. And watch, feel, embrace, speak, believe. And I promise you, you will love it. I had a blast this weekend. And I did absolutely nothing. Just walk around, take pictures, received hugs from random people, laughed, had fun, and danced. I went out with two of my best good girlfriends on Friday night. We went out and we danced. I gave myself permission to go out there and think about nothing else but me. And it was a beautiful, beautiful moment, experience that I love. And now I'm going to give myself permission, even if it's once or twice a month, to go out and do some things that I probably would never do or even thought about doing because of the unknown. But I no longer need mommies may have or poppies may have, but I now have my own mind, my own plan, and a purpose to be out here and to be great and to not only share this with you, but to share this with everyone out there that needs to know you have the permission to be whomsoever you want to be. Now put that plan out there and go out there and live the purpose. I love everything about you, and so should you. If you enjoyed this episode, that's what the comments is for, sweetheart. Put it in the comments and let me know. Until next Sunday, I'll see you then.